Hello and welcome to Inside Boxing's Throwdown. I'm Aurelio Martinez, Stephen Johnson, and I tell you what, we are in this episode. We're going to talk about this past weekend fight with Sugar Shane Mosley and Ricardo Mayorga. Now, you know, Sugar Shane, this was his promotion. He decided to do it pay-per-view. We have to wait till numbers come in to see if it was successful for him. He ran into several roadblocks. He ran into Don King, giving him the problem, so he had to settle that with Don King. And it'd be interesting if we can find out what the settlement was there. But of course, you know, Mayorga, the clown he is ring save. So he always puts an entertaining fight. And then of course on that same card we had the females, which was. Finally, they got to be part of the top billing of a professional card,
televised portion,
and we'll talk about how that fight panned out and did it live up to what everyone expected. So, Steve, let's start with that. Tell us a little bit about this fantastic pay-per-view event.
Well, first of all, $49.95, no, okay, was not worth $49.95, but you know, for the people that you couldn't make it over to the 10 miles away or the Staples Center, okay, I'm sure they had a good time watching it because, as you said, one thing we know about one thing we know about Ricardo Mayorga, okay, the clown that he is, okay, he's still a little bit dangerous, okay.
He's always dangerous.
You still got to be careful with him, okay.
Yeah.
And Shane got to find that out because in the 6th round is when the fight was finally stopped on some craziness, but the bottom line is that Ricardo Mayorga gave Shane Mosley all kind of trouble. Okay, Shane was in. Don't get me wrong, Shane was in control, but every time it looked like he was going to, move in and do something, Ricardo Mayorga would stop him. And the funniest thing of all, Aurelio, and I know that's why you were laughing. You remember what round? I think it was the 3rd or 4th round.
It was.
Mayorga did his thing like he did with Tito Trinidad.
Yeah.
Dropped his hands, put his chin out there, and let Shane hit him.
Rolled with that punch,
and he did. And it was hilarious,
He
and
dropped back. Yeah. He grabbed his waist and
then he grabbed his crotch at him like. And hey, man, it was vintage Ricardo.
You know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of his fight with my good buddy, may he rest in peace, Vernon Forrest. When Vernon Forrest says, "Man, I hit him with everything. This guy's got to be on drugs or something, man." Because
hey, man,
the man. But that's just Mayorga.
That's him.
That's Mayorga. He just you have to wonder if he actually took it serious of what he could have done.
I think his thing now is he says, "Hey," and we laugh about this all the time, but with Mayorga, it's like, if once the check clears, then I'll go ahead and bow out like I'm supposed to. But until I found out the check clears, because let me say this. Remember when he did that, put the chin out like, come on, hit me. He did that with Tito Trinidad. And finally got his ass knocked out, from doing that.
Well, Tito can hit.
That's what I'm saying.
Tito can hit. Yeah.
And he did that to Shane Mosley, and then actually had Mosley in trouble. Mosley got hit, and he was acting like, he stumbled. No, he got hit, and he was rocked a little bit.
There's a reason for the stumbling.
And Mayorga went and jumped right on him, man. And I'll tell you what happened is that, and for you, those of you who saw it, you got to see, Shane got tired. He got tired. Now, Shane Mosley is 43. Mayorga is 41. Shane Mosley looks like he's in good shape. Yeah. Ricardo Mayorga looks like he always does. Smoking cigarettes and drinking beer.
Yeah.
He looks like that, but he's dangerous, okay? So like I said, for the people, $49.95, no. But it's not like it was something where you come away totally and say, I got robbed. I mean,
It was entertaining. It was a good avenue.
Yeah. It was a good fight. But more important than that fight, okay, was we had the women. And we had Maureen Shea. Okay, and Maureen.
Well, before we go to that, let's talk about. I just want to talk about the pre-fight annex.
Oh no, I forgot about that.
Why would they stage something where supposedly Mosley would say, okay, we got to do something, and they came to an agreement where Ricardo was going to grab his girlfriend's butt.
No, smack her butt.
I think he grab a big chunk or something, But the bottom line is it backfired. That part backfired. So I'm kind of wondering if that had a good effect on the buys or a bad effect. Because you remember, they were targeting 500 500,000 buys.
Which I think is ridiculous. Shane said they had 500,000 buys, and I'd be willing to bet you it wasn't a third of that. Okay, we'll give him credit because he's Shane Mosley. It might have been a third of that, but back to the antics. Like you said, the antics were absolutely insane. First of all, when you see it, and I'm sure everybody's seen it by now, and if you can't, you can go to YouTube and see it. But Shane Mosley, why did he have his girlfriend up there? That was first. Then second of all, she turns around and she just bends over.
Bends over
Not
right in front of him.
but twice. and then Ricardo Mayorga did what Ricardo Mayorga does. He smacked her on the butt, and he looked back and then here's where we knew it was staged. Because Shane pushed him. And we all know that if it's your woman and dude smacks your woman like that, you punch, okay? Yeah, and he pushed him, we knew it was staged, but it made for some comedy because that's what Mayorga does.
Well, it reminds me of the last time that something was actually staged, and that was when Jose Sulaiman got hurt.
Oh, yeah, with the guy.
And that was Tyson and I forget who the other heavyweight, but that was also staged. It came out after that it was staged, but staging something with the Mike Tyson is kind of dangerous because Mike Tyson don't know how to stage.
You never know with him.
And like but that's what I'm saying. So staging.
I'm glad that you mentioned that when Don Jose Sulaiman got hurt because the WBC issued a statement.
Well, because they didn't know it was staged.
No, and they said they didn't appreciate it at all.
They didn't know it was staged. This was staged by the fighters and the managers and stuff. Yes. It was. So so there was the Don didn't know it was staged, or else he'd have stepped back and says, "Okay, let me get out of danger." But he did what naturally he was supposed to do and stop a ruckus, stop a fight. So anyhow, but let's go on. Let's talk about the girls. With the rest of this.
The IBF World Female Bantamweight bout between Julian Alexandria Luna Avia, who's now 12-2-1, and Maureen Shea. Miss Avia is 21 years old. Maureen Shea is 34. I'll tell you what, though, that fight was declared a split draw. Fans didn't, complain about it too much, and I can't complain about it either because the excitement was a good fight between two skilled female boxers, and it went the distance. One judge had it 95-95. Now, here's where it gets crazy. One judge had Luna ahead 98-92. The other judge had Shea ahead. Shea had 98-92. The other judge had Luna ahead 97-93. So the judges were all over the place. Okay, but the bottom line was that it was a good bout. Now, Miss Avia had a 7-inch reach advantage on Maureen Shea.
Okay.
And Maureen Shea was aggressive. She was coming after her, fighting, but this young girl, 21 years old, she just boxed her butt off, man. I'll tell you, I was very impressed with her, 21 years old, and for her record to be 12-2-1 now. And she's only got 1 KO. So that lets you know her thing is just boxing.
She's boxing, yeah.
And but like I said, for the women to finally be on the televised portion of a pay-per-view event, you can't complain about that at all. And that, once again, we were talking about how the other undercard bout fed into the main event. This had everybody ready. They're like, okay, it wasn't an embarrassment at all. Nothing about the women at all, and either of these two women was any detriment to women boxing. I would expect, if nothing else, that this fight between these two girls lets everybody know, hey, these women deserve to be on the televised portion of a pay-per-view. And
they really do. And I think that there's enough talent out there with the female boxers that there's no reason whatsoever not to have a good, outstanding bout, even if it's on paper, because you never know what's going to happen in the ring. But put something together and put it as part of these as these big events, these big pay-per-view events, and all. I think there's the talent's out there.
There's no question. We have a couple of girls that come to mind. Amanda Serrano, we have Noemi Bosques. These girls are, very skilled and talented girls.
Bucks.
And I don't understand why, especially coming up like with this, either the Cotto Canelo fight or either the Mayweather and Berto fight, why they wouldn't take advantage of finding two women and give credit to Shane Mosley. Let's give credit to Shane Mosley that, and he said give credit to this from Ronda Rousey, that she came to him and said, hey, look, why not do this? So man, let's let it happen. You know, this arcade crap about the women, you know, nobody wants to see that. That's not true.
Well,
First of all, the women,
It's not.
the good boxing fans really do want to see the women.
Boxing fans want to see good boxing. That's what it is, you know.
Thank you.
So I think we're going to see. I think if anything, this broke a big block of ice.
I hope so.
So let's just hope that them chips start to run off and we start to see more good action, because there's good action out there.
There really is. There is.
So good.
All right, that's the end of our second episode. Episode number 3, we're going to talk about the upcoming bouts, and we've got some really good upcoming bouts, and we've got one bout coming up. I know Aurelio cannot wait to talk about, because it's one of his boys, one of our favorites. We really do like him a lot, but we're going to talk about his competition.
You got it, baby. So come back and see us, and until then, keep them hands up.
Keep them up, baby.